You may have noticed when you arrived, there were a group of actors wandering around, chatting to you, greeting you. Well, they will be showing you Murder Through the Ages because they are the onboard entertainment. They are the Peel Entertainment Group, and they have a small vignette for you now called Poison, Murder and Mystery.
Now, let's see. Here it is. In some regions of India and the eastern parts of Asia can be found a medium-sized deciduous tree of the Loganiaceae family. The name of this tree is Strychnos nux vomica, more commonly known as the strychnine tree. The nutty seeds of this plant may be ground into a fine powder, and a potion derived thereof to concoct a highly effective remedy against indigestion and diverse disorders of the nervous system. However, extreme caution must be exercised as to the correct dosage of this potent medicine, for even a small excess of ingestion can cause a quick and most agonizing death. Consult your physician if symptoms persist. Always read the label. A quick and most agonizing death.
How now, Francesca, my dearest cousin.
Juliana, my sweet. And how do you fare in these most mournful times?
Well, one might consider oneself most fortunate to live in this gracious city of Florence.
Florence? Yes.
In the golden years of the 16th century.
We are living in the 16th century Florence. I'm glad you got that established, dear.
Yes. Yet how heavy my heart is, owing to the most recent death of our dear Uncle Lorenzo.
It is a tragedy indeed. And my heart too is heavy, although it could be indigestion, of course.
What a lovely funeral.
Oh yes, it was a lovely service. Very moving.
Very moving, as you say. And now all we have left to do is to read his will and see if we might have the courage to go on without him.
I have the last testament of dear Uncle Lorenzo here.
You do?
I do. So why don't we have some wine just to calm our spirits and my indigestion?
Wine?
And then we can find out what his dying wishes are.
What a good idea.
I have some prepared, my dear.
What forethought, cousin?
To Lorenzo Medici.
Our dearest uncle. Now read, blood of my blood, that I might hear his wisdom from your sweet lips once more.
I, Lorenzo Medici, being of sound mind, and having no direct issue, do leave my entire estate valued at 20,000 ducats in equal shares to my two dear nieces, Francesca and Juliana.
20,000?
Well, that's 10 each.
Yes, of course, cousin.
In the event of either of their deaths, the whole share of the deceased shall pass to the surviving party. 20,000.
That's 10, cousin.
Oh, yes, of course, 10. Yes.
Signora Medici!
That is I. Who is it who inquires?
I am Umbertino Castalla, physician and apothecary to the House of Medici, at your service.
Oh, Signor, thank you so much for coming. And may I present my dear cousin, Juliana?
Signor.
Signorina, I do convey my dearest condolences.
Thank you, Signor. Francesca, why did you call for the physician? Are you ill?
Indigestion.
Oh, yes.
I have mentioned it twice already.
Indigestion.
The most awful heartburn and cramps.
And flatulence.
Oh, day and night with every step.
I see.
And I also have diverse disorders of the nervous system.
Well, in that case, I have the perfect remedy.
You do? Oh, let me have it.
Let me see. There you go. Ah! Mark you, in this vial, we have the ground nut of the strychnine tree, found in most parts of India.
And Eastern Asia.
And Eastern Asia, yes.
And this will cure me?
No. One drop of that, my dear, and you will suffer a quick and disgusting death.
Would she? I mean, would I?
Most certainly. I have seen such cases and they are truly horrible. Oh, horrible.
And quick.
Very quick. No, this is what you need. A diluted solution. Yes, this will be safe for your remedy. Now, taken twice with wine on an empty stomach for 2 weeks. Now, if symptoms persist, consult me again, but always read the label.
Okay, right. I will take some right away. Juliana, I say, isn't that Signor Machiavelli crossing the piazza over there?
Is it? I can't see him. I didn't know you and Signor Machiavelli were acquainted.
Oh, our paths have crossed. Come, now let's toast my improving your health and getting over this nasty indigestion.
To your health, dear cousin.
Now, Signor, you say you have witnessed the effects of this poison.
Indeed I have.
Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us as to what actions it has on the body? I would be most interested.
Dear lady, it is almost too ghastly to describe.
I'll try.
At first, the victim feels unusually hot.
Isn't it balmy in here?
This is followed by a severe pulsing headache.
Ow! Oh!
Now, then the victim has a sudden nervous twitching. This begins, and then the victim has a sudden urge to vomit. This is followed by barking like a dog. Suddenly, the victim feels quite fine.
Oh, that was odd.
But treachery. Yes, treachery. It's all too short, because then the victim, the serum gets to the heart stops, and death is instantaneous.
Oh, Signor, that was truly gruesome.
Oh, well, I pride myself in my work.
And her death will appear entirely natural.
To any physician, it would seem like nothing more than a common seizure. And as the court physician, I would say it's nothing more than a common seizure.
How can I ever thank you?
Well, there is the small matter of my fee.
Oh, yes, of course. 2,000 as agreed.
Many thanks.
Oh, a job well done.
Yes, I'll drink to that.
We can toast my dear departed cousin.
Salute.
Oh, what potent poisons Mother Nature provides us with.
Oh, that's nothing. You should see the effects of Condolium macinatum.
Really? Oh, do tell.
Well, the plant itself is actually native to the Mediterranean climes and is also named hemlock. Now, infusion of hemlock leaves in small doses can be an effective sedative and muscle relaxant. But when administered, the unwitting victim suddenly feels skin irritations. They suddenly become very cold. Also, the coughing fits start. Then they have wild hallucinations.
What are you not all doing here?
Then the convulsions begin. Suddenly, they start to choke violently. Then the toxins make their way to the heart and...
Is it over?
Yes!
Barking like a dog, I don't remember that from rehearsals.
Well, you know, perks of the job. You play the bitch very well.
A rather rich bitch, I'll have you know. I could pay another quack to finish you off.
Not at this price. And talking of which, please?
Yes, 2,000 as agreed.
Ah, many thanks.
And And no one will suspect foul play?
Why should they? Stranger things have happened at sea.
Signor, let us celebrate my inheritance.
Oh, yes, why not?
To the power of Mother Nature.
Yes, in the wrong hands. Salute!
Yes.
Drop of vino, anyone? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen! What you've just seen is a flavour of what will be presented on our Poison Murder Mystery Cruise by the players. But I would like to make clear that this is purely fictional, and any resemblance to any characters living or dead is merely a coincidence.
Yes, but of course in 16th century Italy, poisonings were very common, particularly perpetrated by women.
Yes.
And the Medici family of Florence were very big suspects for poisoning, including Catherine Medici, who was Queen of France between 1547 and 1559.
Hang on a minute.
Oh yes, and indeed, anyone who ever crossed Catherine found themselves suddenly victim to violent, unexplained deaths.
Yes, but nothing was proven, my dear.
Yes, but hang on. The Medicis did have a poison garden at Padua.
Yes.
And this will be one of the poison gardens featured in our Poison Murder and Mystery Cruise.
Yes, well, indeed, yes. But besides all that, what you've just seen is a story. But a story with a moral, ladies and gentlemen. And the moral is, beware of noble ladies who happen to have poison gardens. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.